I'm very happy to be here today for this dialogue, and I'm very proud to be part of this dialogue. As Prime Minister mentioned already, the new Commission is starting in Brussels, and I think this is very important for all the candidate countries. There have been some mixed signals from the European Union in the course of last month, but the enlargement continues, and the very clear signal for that is the news what you heard about Chapter 8 concerning the Montenegro. We need a bit of time for internal reflections, but if the European Union has promised something, the European Union will deliver. So it's very important for Montenegro to continue the reforms and to be ready whenever this process can continue. And the role of the civil society organizations in the process of the European Union integration cannot be underestimated. Civil society is a key for any democratic society, and civil society's active role and participation is an asset for the state institutions. Sometimes state institutions, government don't like what civil society is telling them, but only in that way it's possible to go in the right direction. And in particular, in the candidate country like Montenegro. In Montenegro, civil society organizations are participating in all the negotiating working groups. And of course, it's different how active they are in one or another working group. The advice and expertise of civil society organizations are not always taken into account, or they don't have enough information to make a meaningful contribution. So the better planning, transparency and openness to civil society organizations' suggestions is very much needed. Successful cooperation between the civil society and the government requires continuous dialogue, trust, as well as capacity building. Therefore, the European Union approach to designing investments through IPA civil society facility in the past years has also taken into account the need to combine instruments of support to both government and civil society. In our last annual report, we noted that the legal, institutional and financial environment under which civil society organizations operate improved overall. Indeed, the implementation of the government strategy for improving the environment for NGOs has already shown some concrete results. More particularly, the setting up of the new standards and mechanisms for public funding of NGOs has improved the overall transparency of public funding, but has also contributed to stronger communication and cooperation between the line ministries and civil society organizations. Now, the implementation of the government funding is crucial to create an enabling environment for civil society. That is why effective monitoring mechanisms need to be put in place. We will continue investing in capacity building of local civil society organizations as key partners for monitoring the implementation of reforms, promoting and safeguarding fundamental values, rights and freedoms on which the European Union is based. We have also invested efforts to strengthen institutional capacities of ministries to be able to conduct public consultations on draft policies in line with established standards. In this regard, we very much hope that the Council for Cooperation with Civil Society Organizations will further strengthen its role and visibility in monitoring the implementation of the government's civil society organizations' development strategy and contribute to a meaningful policy dialogue.